Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that has fascinated humanity for centuries. Are we alone in the universe? For decades, strange lights in the sky were dismissed as weather balloons or misidentified aircraft. But in recent years, the conversation has changed. We're not just talking about blurry photos anymore. We're talking about credible witnesses, declassified government documents, and high-tech sensor data that is much harder to explain away. So buckle up as we explore some of the most undeniable UFO evidence ever recorded. Let's start with what many consider the watershed moment for modern UFO disclosure, the 2017 New York Times expose. This wasn't just another tabloid story. This was one of the world's most respected newspapers publishing verified accounts and videos from the US Navy. The videos, now famously known as FLIR, Gimbal, and GoFast, were captured by advanced infrared targeting pods on FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets. In the FLIR video from 2004, pilots from the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group encountered a series of anomalous aerial vehicles. Commander David Fravor, a highly experienced Navy pilot, described one of these objects as a smooth, white, 40-foot-long tic-tac with no visible means of propulsion. It performed maneuvers that defy our current understanding of physics, dropping from 80,000 feet to just above the ocean in seconds, then accelerating away at incredible speeds. What makes this case so compelling isn't just the pilot testimony. The object was tracked on radar by multiple ships, including the advanced Aegis combat system on the USS Princeton. The tic-tac was a physical object, detected by multiple sensors and witnessed by multiple trained observers. Then we have the Gimbal video from 2015. In this footage, you can hear the pilots expressing their shock and awe. They're tracking an object flying at high speed against strong winds, and then it rotates. The pilot exclaims, "Look at that thing, dude, it's rotating." This wasn't just a dot of light. It was a structured craft exhibiting controlled, intelligent movement that puzzled the very people trained to identify everything in the sky. And we can't forget GoFast, also from 2015, which shows a small, incredibly fast object zipping just above the surface of the water. The pilots are audibly baffled by its speed and low altitude. These weren't isolated incidents. They were part of a series of encounters that Navy pilots experienced off the east coast of the United States for years. The official release of these videos by the Pentagon marked a huge shift. The government was no longer issuing flat denials. Instead, they admitted they didn't know what these objects were and labeled them unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. This brings us to the 2021 UAP Task Force report. This was a preliminary assessment delivered to the Director of National Intelligence. The report analyzed 144 incidents reported by US government sources, mostly military personnel, between 2004 and 2021. Of those 144 cases, they could only explain one with high confidence. It was a large deflating balloon. The other 143 remained unexplained. The report was groundbreaking because it confirmed that these UAPs were real, physical objects. It stated that they were observed to remain stationary in winds aloft, move against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. It also noted that these objects were detected across multiple sensor platforms, including radar, infrared, electro-optical, and through visual observation. One of the most significant findings was the discussion of flight safety concerns and potential national security challenges. The report acknowledged that these objects were operating in sensitive military airspace, representing a potential risk to air safety and even a challenge to US national security. This was the government officially stating that something unknown is flying in our skies, and we need to take it seriously. But the evidence isn't limited to just the last 2 decades. Let's go back to the 1997 Phoenix Lights incident. On the evening of March 13th, thousands of people across Arizona, including then-Governor Fife Symington, witnessed a massive V-shaped craft, estimated to be a mile wide, moving silently across the sky. The object blocked out the stars as it passed overhead. While the military later claimed the lights were flares from a training exercise, this explanation doesn't fit with the testimony of countless witnesses who described a solid, structured object moving slowly and silently for hours over a 300-mile corridor. Governor Symington himself, a former Air Force pilot, later publicly stated he saw a craft of otherworldly origin and ridiculed the flare explanation. Another classic case is the Rendlesham Forest incident in the UK, often called Britain's Roswell. In December 1980, US Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge witnessed strange lights descending into the nearby forest. Security patrolmen went to investigate and encountered a glowing, metallic, triangular craft. Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt was a skeptic, but on the second night he led a patrol himself to debunk the claims. Instead, he and his team witnessed pulsating lights, objects moving at high speed, and even a beam of light shining down from one of the objects. Colonel Holt made a real-time audio recording of the event and later filed an official memo. This wasn't just a fleeting sighting, it was a multi-day encounter involving dozens of military witnesses at a nuclear-armed airbase. These cases are just the tip of the iceberg. We have the Belgian UFO wave of 1989-1990, where thousands of citizens and police officers reported seeing large, silent, triangular craft. The Belgian Air Force even scrambled F-16 fighter jets to intercept them, and the pilots locked onto the objects with their radar, confirming their presence, but the objects simply outmaneuvered the jets with astonishing acceleration. We also have countless accounts from commercial airline pilots, astronauts like Gordon Cooper and Edgar Mitchell, and high-ranking officials from around the world who have all gone on record about their experiences. So what does all this mean? The conversation is no longer about if UFOs are real. The data, the testimony, and the official government reports have established that they are. The real question is, what are they? Are they advanced secret prototypes from a foreign adversary? The UAP report considered this, but noted that in some cases, the objects displayed technology far beyond the known capabilities of any nation on Earth. Could they be some kind of natural phenomenon we don't yet understand? Perhaps, but that explanation struggles to account for the clear evidence of intelligent control, structured craft, and consistent shapes and behaviors reported across decades and continents. This leaves the most profound possibility that some of these UAPs are of non-human origin. It's a conclusion that many are hesitant to jump to, and for good reason. It would change everything we think we know about our place in the cosmos. But as the evidence continues to mount, it's a possibility that we must be open to exploring with scientific rigor and an open mind. The stigma around this topic is finally breaking down. Scientists, journalists, and politicians are beginning to treat it with the seriousness it deserves. The US government has established a new office, ARROW, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, to centralize the collection and analysis of UAP reports. More data is being collected every day. What we're witnessing is a paradigm shift in real time. The mystery of UFOs is slowly unraveling, and we are living in the era where we might just get the answers. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of UAPs. What case do you find most compelling? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to explore more of life's greatest mysteries, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.